Hello and welcome to the GSBC podcast, brought to you by the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Matt Taylor-Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing, and today I am joined by Wahied from Ignite Fitouts. Yeah, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Matthew. How are you?
And today we're going to talk about what your business does. Yeah. We're going to dive into, so straight away, with over 25 years of experience and a reputation for integrity, innovation and inspiring designs, what or who ignited your passion for transforming commercial spaces?
Oh, where do we start? I'll go all the way back to the school benches. So I'm South African born.
Yes.
From a little city in South Africa called Cape Town, the most southern tip of Africa.
Yep.
No one usually talks about it. So,
Right.
Yeah, so that's where I was born and raised. Building was always in our family.
Yes.
Right up to as a young man, straight out of school, my stepfather, he was a master craftsman. Now, master craftsmen in South Africa is it's the cream of the crop where trades are concerned. And that's where sort of our interest in building sort of started. It's always been in the blood, and kind of out the school benches we would go to building sites and we go and build and help finish off fit outs and that sort of thing. So it's kind of in the DNA, really.
Yes.
Left South Africa, moved to New Zealand, stayed there for 13 and a half years doing building. Moved across to Australia, still doing building. So it sort of brings us to a point where building is something that we want to, that's always been in our blood for many years. So it's coming through family. We've always just been doing building.
Yes.
Ignite Fitouts, obviously, after a long tenure with different companies around across New Zealand and Australia, you get to a point where kind of now's the time to throw your hat in the ring and say, right, with all that experience that you build up across 3 continents, and building really is the same everywhere, regardless of which way you look at it.
Yes.
Is bringing that experience over 3 continents and bringing it to one, put that behind a name and a business.
Yes.
And to be able to provide that sort of level of service and expertise to the client is really important.
I must say, I didn't pick the South African or visiting New Zealand from your accent. It's very, very good. Very good.
Well tuned.
Yes, well tuned. Well Aussified. All right. So I guess your projects stand out for blending functionality with inspiring aesthetics. How do you strike a balance between delivering a space that's both efficient but also inspiring for the staff of that business?
Yeah. It's funny you say the word staff. Our belief is that that's where it all starts, because building a home is one thing. That's your private space, and kind of you put your thoughts and all your efforts into make it that most comfortable space for yourself. Yes. When it comes to a like for an example, a fit out, the people that use that space predominantly is your staff. Yes. So that's probably where we'd start. Doing this, focusing on kind of sitting down with members of your staff, getting that feedback from the staff and what means a lot to them and sort of what's important for them, and combining that what the owners of that business want to see in that fit out space. Being able to bring that all together.
Yes.
We partner up with designers, architects, draftsmen across Australia, New Zealand, and even South Africa. Because remember, South Africa's they are a different time zone, so we can literally draw and document 24 hours a day.
Yes.
So where designers take off in Australia, the designers will pick up in South Africa, and they'll draw around the clock. Yeah. So we could see a client today and have drawings on their table in the morning.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's where it starts. Having the ability to listen to what the client wants, listen to what the staff wants, what's important to them, bringing that all together. Yes. And being able to put something to the table. So we partner up with these people. They are experts in their field. And we sort of ensure that we carefully select a designer that was best suited with that client. Yes. We got designers, from every different level that we could put to a client.
Yep. Yeah. Perfect. All right. So can you walk us through a project that still lights you up today? Maybe one that you presented unexpected challenges or taught you something, or was maybe a game changer?
I reckon a game changer for me, I'm not sure whether I can even mention their name in public, but It took 6 months of my life
Yep.
in a space of 350 square meters. If I put a number to it, to $20,000 per square meter is what it costed the client.
Yep.
Tiffany & Co. from New York.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, being able to deliver that project, not as Ignite Fitouts, but as a project manager, and being able to bring all of that pieces together for that project was the absolute highlight of my entire career.
Yeah, wow.
6 months of my life, dealing with architects in New York, dealing with stakeholders in both Singapore, in Sydney. And it was a flagship store of New Zealand. So
Yes.
dealt with Singapore, China, just stakeholders all over the world. And that would have probably been 6 months that even brought me to tears. Yeah. I would say.
Yes, could imagine.
Yeah.
All right. So integrity, inspiration, innovation, your core values, how do they play out day to day, whether you're on site, in a client meeting, working with the team?
Look, I think we want to inspire clients and the end user with what we put to the table.
Yep.
But one thing that stands out for me is the integrity. The integrity coupled up with transparency. And I think, and some people might shoot me down for saying this, but integrity and transparency is one of the most challenging things for any end user or client to get from a builder.
Yep.
Like, let's be really honest and transparent about this, right?
Yes.
When we think builder, we think struggle. We think this is going to be a pain. Delays.
Yes.
Not to mention the dollars.
Yes.
So this is something that this is our core focus, to make sure that it's not just a project that we deliver for a client. It is a journey we take you on.
Yes.
And we want to hold hands on this journey, and we want to walk over that finish line together.
Yes.
It's not just a transaction. It's more of a relationship that we build. And that, at the end of the day, means the most to a client rather than just a transaction. So that transparency, to making sure that the client absolutely knows what they're getting.
Yes.
And on us to make sure that the client gets what they expect they are getting.
Yes.
That coupled with a successful outcome is gold.
Yes.
And
Agreed.
that's what we attain for. So transparency for us is at the top of our list.
Yeah. Agreed. I think, knowing or getting updates at least about when your job's going to get done, being kept informed is probably quite important, especially for a business owner.
Yeah.
All right. So you offer a wide range of services at Ignite Fitouts. Could you walk us through what you provide and how you help clients from start to finish?
Yeah. So keyword, turnkey.
Yes.
Right. So everything under that umbrella, that's what we offer the client. We are not designers, right? Mm-hmm. But with this business backed up with this much experience, we've worked with designers from every walks of life, right from the entry level to the top tier designers. So key here is making sure we get to do a sort of a discovery with the client, making sure we get on board what the client needs, what the client wants, what the expectations are.
Yes.
Get a look and feel into kind of what they want to see in terms of finishes, in terms of layout, in terms of workflow. Taking that, carefully selecting a designer to couple up with this client and deliver to the client expectations. Yes. We put together a set of drawings for yourself, whether it's for client approval or for certification for that project. We take care of all of that at the front end. We will look after certifiers, any stakeholders like consultants like engineers, acoustic consultants, structural engineers. We manage that entire process for them.
Yes.
Once documentation is complete, we then move on to that sort of estimation side, which is the most important part of the project for the client, because we got to make the numbers stack up for the client. Usually a client they're not really prepared to tell you what sort of that number is they got in their head.
Yes.
However, we make sure that we can get the best value for their money.
Yep.
What the market's doing out there, we get the best value for money, with keeping in mind that we still maintain the desired outcome.
Yes.
That's most important. If we're not able to achieve that, transparency comes into play. We'll put that down to the table, make sure the client is happy with what we propose that slightly deviates from what they expect.
Yes.
We'll take care of the entire delivery of that project, managing stakeholders, managing consultants, managing subcontractors, the day-to-day, making sure the client is always aware of what, where the project sits in terms of time, in terms of program, in terms of budget, and then taking them right to the end of that project, closing it out, whether it's maybe with council, with close out documentation, and even go the extra mile to liaise directly with their landlord, making sure that they get the necessary documentation to close out in terms of their building requirements.
Yes.
Their building management systems, etc. So one-stop shop, turnkey solution.
Perfect. I do know from experience, it can be quite the process when you're trying to go through, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so what's next for Ignite? Any emerging trends, tech innovations, anything that you're seeing, any new services on the horizon?
Look, it's a ever so changing industry, right? So we got to make sure always that we keep up with the latest trends, keep up with the latest technology, because we're living in a day and age where technology is moving faster than what we can keep up with, right?
Yes.
The one thing that we want to make sure is that we stay on board with technology that makes the job more efficient. Because efficiency equals savings to the client, right? Not just savings to us.
Yes.
The savings that we make in that regard is for the client ultimately, right? So we want to try and make sure that we take on as much, whether it's from software packages, whether it's tech, new tech that's coming into the industry, whether maybe not owning that tech, but utilizing that tech to enable efficiency within that structure of both the business and that delivery for the client.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So for a business looking to transform their office or workspace, why should they choose Ignite Fitouts? What are some of the benefits of working with yourself?
Yeah, interesting. And people get tired of me saying this, but it is true. We're not just bend over backwards, we bend over forwards as well, making sure that the client is happy.
Yes.
That transparency, that integrity, making sure, because for us it's not just about revenue. For us it's about changing the industry. I'm not saying the industry is bad, don't get me wrong, but it does need some TLC.
Yes.
And we're here to offer just that. And it's no secret, we're a new business. We've been in the industry just over a year now, and we are going strong. The feedback that we're getting from our organically generated clients is absolutely amazing. They are coming back for more, which is a really good sign.
Yes.
But moving on to that next step, we want to steadily grow this business to maintain that integrity, to maintain that transparency, and still deliver that outcome.
Yes.
And if it ever gets too big, we'll draw the line in the sand, because we always want to be that boutique firm that's not just goes out, or they're not just people come to get the best buck for their money. We want clients to deal with us because they know what they're getting.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. All right. So before we wrap, can you share one easy design savvy tip that listeners could use immediately to uplift their office or workspace?
Wow. Where do we start? That's a little tricky. Just save the best for last.
Yes.
I think take on board the advice you get from your team, your builder, your designer. I usually say to clients, let the designer do what they do best.
Yes.
Sometimes you can be so confined within a business that you may not see things, but getting the different perspective, and especially from a designer that put fit outs together every day of the week.
Yes.
We're there for your best interest.
Yes.
So I would say at the very very start of your building your project, listen to the professionals that come in and advise you on the best way forward.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. I think taking the advice of professionals always in the end will save you money. So as well.
100%. And that's what we're here for. We want to make sure everyone get the best value for money.
Yes, agreed. All right, well, that's a wrap from us at the GSBC. Thanks for coming along to have a chat, Wahied, about your business. And for anyone out there that is looking for any fit outs or just wants advice, make sure you jump online, check out Ignite Fitouts, or have a chat to Wahied at one of the next chamber events.